According to the American Journal of Physics, it is concluded that the effectiveness of physics instruction depends heavily on the pedagogical expertise of the teacher. The problem of cultivating such expertise among teachers is one that specific action within the physics community is needed, and thus the importance of modeling workshops for teachers is illuminated. Despite its recency of development, multiple resources have proven the effectiveness of modeling. Modeling engages students in the understanding of the physical world by constructing and using scientific models to describe, explain, predict, and control physical phenomena.
Everyone lumps this all into, the new stuff, the old stuff. Let's do a test of the new stuff versus the old stuff. How about let's figure out what really works, done well, with people effectively trained in it, right? As opposed to, many times the tests that are done are someone doing what they call inquiry-based or constructive-based, which really is, I'm not going to tell you what to do, let's go play with this, and at the end I'll tell you what to do. Right? So there's so much more.
So the verb that the scientists are doing is modeling. And so you go, the noun is models, the verb is modeling, and so the natural outcome for the classroom then would be modeling instruction built around the nouns and the verbs. Like, that's one way I think about it that helps me go, I see why this helps defragment knowledge and give kids a coherent place to see things as inside of a story that we call physics or chemistry or biology or whatever.
Scientists and mathematicians learn by doing and observing. They construct and deploy models of the real world and test their ability to predict new phenomena. In modeling classrooms, students are turned into scientists.
I wanted to do what I do better. I wanted to make a greater impact on my students, and I wanted to benefit my students' learning even more. And I'm hoping to learn how to do this thing we call modeling, and this process that we call modeling, and use that in the classroom to help me better instruct my students.
Well, I've had many professional development experiences, and I love to learn, so they're always usually pretty interesting, but this is one of the best I've ever had. The summers we're learning about the modeling techniques. I would think anyone would really enjoy this experience if they're teaching physics or any other science. I would recommend that anyone interested in learning to better themselves as a teacher would become part of the modeling process.
It changed the way I think and even process things. So I think what modeling did the most for me was totally deconstructed what I used to know and put it in actual models. So you can see the learning happening to you yourself. And how important is it that a teacher goes through what a student is feeling and experiencing during the modeling process, and how does that impact how you will be teaching?
Everybody has a worldview, but we have our own mental model of the world. All of our students do. And we as science teachers try to present them with a model of the world that science has developed that may be in conflict with their personal models. So every one of us has a personal myth, a personal worldview. And it's what gives us stability and concrete foundation in our world. And so if I'm asking you to change it, that's uncomfortable. And so if I don't provide sufficient evidence that creates what's called cognitive dissonance, in other words, all of a sudden you see evidence that your model can't accommodate, then you have to reconstruct your model. And that's basically what we're doing in physics, because so many times students come to our classroom with a mental model does not coincide with the scientific model. That's what I like about modeling, and especially the training we're getting here. Our instructor is very good about asking those questions that force the student to think about his personal model and think about the data and the information he's collected and say, wait a minute, these don't fit anymore. And so now I've got to cause change.
I think one way to look at this is not that it's a waste of our time, but it's an investment in our students' lives.
Is there